We're off. So we are in some kind of rolling hills of California. No idea. In between Malibu and Santa Monica, I think. So what's this trip about? This trip is about coming to California, doing a couple of things. One, I'm trying to really get an idea or a feel for this Twisted Road company. And that's what I'm riding today. So I'm riding a V-Strom 1000. Got it through Twisted Road. And it's a neat little bike. I almost wish I had the GoPro on my helmet, because then I could really give you an idea what the vistas are. But hopefully the GoPro on the bike's going to pick up some of the scenery. If not, we'll just do it again. You know, like 8 years ago was when I stepped away from corporate. And I got to admit, yeah, there's risk and there's fear, and you give up a lot of, let's say, security. But the reality is that, you know, we don't really have security anymore when you work for a big company. And I was working for a large pharmaceutical company, because they just, you know, everything changes. You know, at a whim, it's like, oh, we need to downsize, or we need to grow, we need to shift. So you never really knew what was going to happen kind of every year. So yes, I gave up a security of receiving a paycheck, steady paycheck, and, you know, having the benefits and someone helping contribute to my pension, but not necessarily security like employment security. So what did I do? I exchanged that for working for myself, where I essentially diversify my clients into a lot of different clients. So I don't have just one employer, I have multiple employers. And what do I mean by employers? I just mean that they're my customers that I get contracts from. But if one client decides to change directions, then I've got, you know, 3 or 4 other ones that I'm still working with. And then that gives me that buffer to be able to go find something else. And when you're just employed by one company, when they make a decision to change, then you're out. You now need to go find something else. You don't have, it's kind of like portfolio management, where you diversify your risk, so that you don't have all your eggs in one basket. And that's essentially what we do when we take a job with an employer. So 8 years ago I did that, stepped away. And then, yes, there's the stress and there's the anxiety around, well, what's next? I need to get the next project, and you're constantly on the hunt for that next project. If you don't bring in another project, then it doesn't happen. Oh, okay, good. So we got a little pause here while construction happens, so I can talk to you a little bit more. So, as I was saying, so I diversified it, had all those different projects. Now, what's the byproduct of that? Well, the byproduct of that is that I don't have all of those extra infrastructure things that people have when they work for companies, which is performance evaluations that you do, just the admin stuff that you do, just the time wasted in all the meetings of listening to someone else, how they're trying to build their empire up, right? There's a lot of wasted time that are spent in offices. When you work independently, what you do is that you do not work a full 8 hours a day. Like full straight 8 hours a day. Granted, some people do that, but I don't. I work in spurts. And I believe Richard Branson, I believe he said, his most productive time is kind of those 20 minutes in the morning. And really everything else is just pushing papers from one side of a desk to another. And so when you're working on your own, what ends up happening is that you have more freedom and flexibility to choose what you do. It's not that I always do, work that I love. It's not that I don't wake up in the morning going, oh my God, I cannot wait to sit in front of my computer and start creating these slides for this workshop that I'm delivering next month. No, because it's not really that creative that I'm doing. I'm just putting words into some PowerPoint slide and doing some logistical mechanical thing for workshops. That's not, I don't get super excited about that. That's just the stuff that I need to do, or hash through some emails or review some documents for things that we need to create for clients. I don't get super excited about that stuff. But I think the part that why I always get up in the morning and look forward to what I'm doing that day is I have choice. And I do believe that is a really crucial thing to have in your life, is to have choice, to not feel trapped. You choose your reactions to everything that you experience. We don't live by instinct alone. As humans, we constantly have choice. Well, what we always need to be aware of is that we can't forget that we have that choice. So when we do feel like we're in a rat race, or just on the treadmill, or in the hamster wheel, and we just feel like we have to just do, what really helps for me is taking that step back, creating that buffer, and just saying, okay, what is it that I want? And realize that I have choice.